Hey tubers, not Wagoneer content, but Jeep nonetheless. I got my first new vehicle, newish vehicle, in, I don't know, 10 years or so. Anyway, so it's a Mojave. It's a manual transmission 6-speed, which is something I will maintain as long as I live. But this video is not a review, it's an install video of this. This is the pedal commander, and what it does is change the accelerator timing. So the throttle timing between your pedal press and butterflies opening under hood are electrically controlled, and I feel like it's not very well calibrated or not suited to my driving style for the Gladiator. It seems like there is a delay between the pedal press and the acceleration. It feels like I'm constantly stretching a rubber band, and it makes for a driving experience that's not exactly what I want. So we're going to install this. I bought this on Amazon. It's 250 bucks or so, and reviews are good, and I'll go through the steps. So here's what's in the box. First, this particular module has Bluetooth connectivity. I am going to download their app on my Android. There's some, what I assume is an alcohol wipe and a foam or Velcro for this to mount to. And then the module itself, one end of this module goes through to your accelerator pedal, and the other end goes into the other end of that same connection. So basically this just gets sandwiched in between the two connectors. So the signal from the throttle goes into here, gets modified, and then gets sent back out into the underhood module. So I'm going to try to see if I can see where all this stuff is, and maybe even get a couple of camera shots, and then I'll give you my impressions. Okay, 3-pedal car like I mentioned. That's the harness that we need to disconnect. It's a relatively simple operation, so here's how this works. This is the harness that goes into the accelerator pedal, and then as we loosen that up, this end gets plugged in there, and then the module is live. So let me get a fourth hand here and try to set myself up so you guys can see that process. All right, so as you pull this red tab out, the connector will come out. It's a single movement thing. It's not like you pull it and then it comes out. You can see it's got a ramp here, so it's already loose as it comes out. Next step is putting the new one in. That's this part, so I got to open it first. Hold on. So open this first. Okay, so it matches the other harness. And then on top here, is the connector where this will mount. So put it in and push it closed without pinching the other harness. Okay, that's it. This part now gets connected to the original harness. So I'm going to need 2 hands for this. I'll be right back. Okay, so there we are now tied in. I'm going to zip tie some of this stuff out of the way and run this harness, I think, through here and maybe mount it up here, though technically it doesn't really, I don't expect that I'm going to be changing this much. I'm just going to zip tie it out of the way, and maybe what I'll do for now is just kind of leave it loose and figure out if there's a setting that I prefer. And I'm just going to zip tie this out of the way. Then we'll go for a test drive, play around with it and see what we get. Okay, so I tried to get this to be Bluetooth connected, and I might play around with that at some point, but basically all it allows you is a little bit more resolution on these modes. So you have 4 basic modes: Eco, City, Sport, and Sport Plus. And then for each mode you can vary the level of assist. So City, or let's say Sport mode, has a lower delay on your accelerator than City. So here's City mode, and it's hard to explain, and it's hard to really visualize or make a visual representation of this, but it's like a rubber band, right? A rubber band between your accelerator pedal and the engine. And so the stronger that rubber band is, the more responsive your throttle is going to be. So in City mode, there's a little bit of a delay. In Sport mode, there's less delay. And in Sport Plus, it's almost jerky, right? I mean, there's no delay. So I'm going to leave it in City. We'll go for a drive and play around with the rest of this just to see what it looks like. And we'll see. Maybe City +4, or Sport -1, something like that. We'll try it out and I'll let you know what my thoughts are. Alright, so I'm in City +3. And I can already tell that the throttle response, I'm just going down my subdivision here, guys. The throttle response is already much crisper, and that's exactly what I was looking for. This isn't going to, if anything, this will negatively affect my fuel economy, because you're going to be crisper on your throttle, and but yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. And I'm only City and +2 on my settings on the pedal commander. If I go to Sport, let's see what that's like. Hold on, let's turn in here. And we'll kind of do it on the fly. There we go. Now we're in Sport mode. Yeah, that's more aggressive for sure, and it's the throttle mapping. It's just more sensitive and crisper. So I'm gonna think, I don't know, I'll play around with it, but yeah, this will work out. I'm happy camper. I'm not sure that I care about the Bluetooth. I might mount it to a place where I can access it, but I think once I figure out how it matches my driving style, I don't think I'm gonna be messing around with it a whole bunch. Okay, so overall, I'm a happy camper. Is it worth $200? $250? Well, I guess it depends on how much you value your driving experience. I know that I can modulate the clutch and the throttle and get used to certain things, but you can't fix poor throttle response with your clutch, for those of you that drive a manual transmission. And I don't want to wait, right? I mean, what I was ending up doing is I would shift and then blip the throttle in between shifts, just to keep overcome the delay in the throttle. And I don't want to do that, especially with a vehicle with only 5,000 miles. I plan to get at least 150,000 out of this truck. So stay tuned for more, but for now, I'm a happy camper, guys. Good job, pedal commander. I know that there are other options. I'm not tied to either one, but I believe the technology's got to be the same. I mean, all you're doing is remapping the throttle based on the throttle position sensor. So it's got to be similar, but your mileage may vary. Mine will certainly go down, but I'm a happy camper. Thanks for watching.